Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload. Everything I have a link to will be linked down below in the description, and let's get right into the video. So this video will be 100% in real time, my real speed, so you can learn what I'm doing or understand what I'm doing. I don't know if learning is the right word, but I'm going to be showing you because I have been getting comments to show my updated shaping. And so here it is. And you want to make sure when you start filing that you want to file from all the way from the sidewall where the tip meets the nail all the way up. And then after you get that area looking nice, you want to go all the way to where it's purely just on the actual tip of the nail. So the pinky will be stiletto, the ring finger will be tapered square, the middle finger will be coffin, the index finger will be oval slash round, and the thumb will be square. So when you're filing, you want to pick the grit of file that you're going to like, and you might need to go back in with glue because the nail can start to lift if it's not adhered all the way, like it's not all the way down. And of course you see that I already did file on top of the nail and thin the nail down, like the tip down, so I can get an even blend with my acrylics, but it's okay. So what you want to do is, you don't have to get an 80/80 grit file like me, but if you like filing on the tip with a 100/100 grit file or a 180 grit file, I personally like doing my entire my entire filing process with an 80/80 grit file. So it's very important that you get a grit that you like instead of just getting an 80/80 because I have one, or getting 100/180 because somebody else has one. Just pick the grit that you comfortably like and get the shape of file you like. So my type of file is very specific that I like. It's a 80/80 grit file that's also a jumbo file, that's also a zebra file. And this file, it's not the same as my other panas that were 80/80 grits. This grit isn't as coarse as that one, and you can tell because it's not, it's built different. The file is 100% built different. It's the sandpaper is different, the texture is different. I knew that, but I just wanted to feel it for myself to see if it was going to make my filing harder, easier, change the amount of time that I used. And I don't even track my time, but I can tell you 100% it did. And so for this nail, you want to file the sidewalls and then round them out. You can wait till the acrylic is applied to round it out, because you're just going to have to go in and redefine it. But I went ahead and I did the tip just by rounding it out beforehand. So what you want to do is file the sides, like you're going to be doing like a square, tapered square look. And then once you get those sidewalls to the point you want them at, you want to round it out, and you want to go do a rocking motion all the way from left to right, and you want to swoop it, and you want to make sure you keep that file 100% going. You want to do one smooth motion. The jerkier you do it is going to leave you some rough edges. And you see how for the tapered square one, it was 100% straight, tapered in a little bit, and then the coffin one, it went more in. I was holding my file more in at the actual shape of the tip. I was holding it more in. You'll see it when I do the after the acrylics on there, I really show you how I do it. And so for the stiletto, I went ahead and filed it from square to stiletto. I didn't have any scissors, and Alexia wouldn't go get them for me, so I went ahead and just filed it 100% straight like that. So let me know if you guys have any questions. It's gonna be more I don't want to say more easy, but I'm going to explain it much better when we get to the part after the acrylics already applied, because I will be doing it in real time when it's a voiceover. It's kind of hard to say everything that needs to be said and keep up with what I'm doing, even though it is in real time. It's still kind of like you might say this thing and then it's backwards, and then you say this and then this is backwards. So yeah, I'll see you guys when the acrylic is done, and voiceover Anisa will be gone. So bye until you get to the raw audio part. Hello everyone. So for this portion, I am going to be talking through it. This is in real time for this portion. The beginning part, I don't know if it was in 2 times the speed or regular speed, but this is going to be in normal speed. So you can see this nail is the stiletto nail. This nail is the square, tapered square nail. This nail is the coffin nail. This nail is the oval nail, and the thumb is just the traditional square. And what you'll see automatically is the nail, this is the pointiest. This is like a tapered end, so it's not as wide as the square nail. And then this is skinnier and more tapered than the tapered nail, and way more tapered than the thumb, which is the square nail. And then the oval is round, but it's not pointy like the stiletto. So there's more surface area. So I'm gonna start by filing fresh. This is a fresh file, 8080 Panda file. You will see this video in this file in my haul video, and I'm testing it out. Fun fact, I actually recorded the video the same day that I'm doing this video. And so we're really gonna put it to the test because these are all sorts of the shapes. Yes, this is all from Model 1's powder. I use this is from the 12-piece kit. So I have a mask on, so if it's a little muffled, sorry, I'm trying to talk as close to the mic as I can. This is number 7, the green shade on her fingers. This is number 5, the orange shade on her fingers. And this is dark pink, 003. This one in the middle. There's no rhyme or reason. I use it clear. And I use the clear. There's no rhyme or reason to these colors. But here we go. So I'm gonna go back to this finger because I'm not gonna taper it in too much because I want my sides to be 100% straight. You wanna put your finger here to protect your client's skin. Pull back so you can get a full feel of the nails. And then you just start to file. And after you get the side walls looking really nice, you just really focus on the free edge area, the extension part right here. And you want to go underneath and pull up because you want to make sure if there's any tip at the bottom, you get that in. And you don't stop until it's to your liking. So you might have to come back. Look how smooth it is. Wow. But you might have to come back and go to another finger, come back to one after you see like, maybe it's not that, maybe it's not as good as I was hoping or you thought it was going to be. So here, I'm going to push this down, the skin down, file, and I'm holding my file at an angle like this and like this. So this is still straight, but it's just curving. It's just slanting in where that tip is more. So it's a crisper shape, but you don't want it to be too far or you're gonna round this edge out right here. You're gonna round this out here and you don't want it round. You want it to be crisp. And then you just kind of do like this because you already got that the way you like it. You can do like this if that's still the way you file, but I like to flip the hand and I'll only flip the hand for these 3 nails. So for this, you do like this. You want to make sure you file everything really good. So if you wanted to make it an almond, you would just keep filing it like this and then round out the tip because it's not pointy like a stiletto. So oval and almond, they're similar but different. Same thing with stiletto. They're similar but they're different. And then you just round this out. You round it out as good as you possibly can. You go from one side to the other, making sure you meet it perfectly. So the nail looks like this. And I'm just gonna do just like this. And now look at the nail. And you always want to make sure you look at the nail from different angles because it might look good to you from one, then you flip it to the side for one, and it's janky. And you always want to make sure you clean the underside of your nails. Bring your thumb in just a little bit. You want to make sure you clean the underside of your nails up because the bottom of your nail should be just as pretty as the top of the nails. And this is where you take care of any spillage. You can see that I did have some. So all I'm doing is holding the sidewall back, putting my finger there so it protects the skin, and then just filing. You don't want to file too crazy, but you want to make sure you're filing to the point of it's actually smoothing out the nail if you need to be smoothed out. And you're getting all those edges up. And it's because it's just regular square. My file is just like this, 100% straight. No curve in the file at all. No, nothing like this, 100% straight. And then you do like this for the thumb. So you get the thumb nice and straight. Always make sure you crispen up your shape after you're done. So back to this pinky, you do just like this. You hold the skin back and you can go underneath like this. File what's ever on the skin that direction. Bring it in like here, and you see that there's a little bit of green right here. So you just file it very, very gently. This is an 80/80 grit file. And I can tell you guys right now, this is it's softer than the other one I bought from Pana. It's like way softer. So, yeah, I like it. But I preferred the other files though.
Is it hard to go over the camera like this?
I'm not even looking at the camera.
Like over like with your hand? Like cupping it?
Yeah, but It works. Okay, so now I got the nails to the way I like. Stiletto is not my favorite shape, I'll tell you that. So it is a little bit harder for me to do stiletto. If you watch this video, then you would understand they're already all like crusty. But you'll understand that I don't like stiletto at all. It's hard. It's harder for me to file a stiletto. Like you would think stiletto's easy because it's just filing everything to a point. But if you don't file it to a point properly, it kind of like messes everything up. And you see how there's kind of like a little curve right here? It's because it wasn't filed good right there. So it was over filed right there. 5-in-1 drill bit by Pano. Going pretty fast, but it's not too fast. It's like right in the middle. And if I put my finger right here, it's not going to cut me. Like my finger's here for a while and it's not burning or cutting me. So you just want to go all the way from the right side to the left side, making sure you're sealing in the cuticles properly. You can stop once you can see a clear separation of the acrylic and the cuticle, like the skin of the cuticle. So once you see that clear separation, you can go ahead and stop. And what you want to do so you don't burn the cuticle area up and get a heat spike over there, go across the rest of the nail. But be careful, because if you didn't have any lumps or bumps before, you can create lumps or bumps by not putting enough pressure, like even pressure, throughout the entire nail. Especially with this 5-in-1 bit, because it has different size burrs. It has 5 different bits in one. So you have to be careful with that. And then if you see anything you need to get, go ahead and get it while you're there. And really like hone in on that one nail. And make sure that nail looks good before you move on to the others. And then if you need to come back to it, come back to it. But I like to get it while I'm there. You want to make sure you rotate the hand as well, the finger as well, while you do it. So when you're on this side, you're right there. And then when you're coming from the middle to the end, you're right there. And then boom. And make sure that if you put a thin, clear base layer at the bottom, that you don't make that too thick, or it's not going to end up right. It's going to like be patchy and all that stuff. And you're going to end up filing the color away more than you wanted to, because the clear layer was too thick underneath. So you want to make sure if you do have any thickness at all with that clear layer, it's on the tip instead of your cuticle area. And if there's any bulkiness to your nail, go ahead and get it down with this bit, because after this bit, I do go in with my fine grit sanding band and just smooth everything out. And you see it does get dusty, so you want to make sure you have a manicure brush nearby or a dust brush. I prefer a manicure brush because those can be disinfected. So you just want to make sure you have everything nice and sealed. So when you're working on longer nails, you want to make sure you're going up and down like this. And I'm using my pinky to balance, by the way. You might see my pinky on my nail resting and doing it from here. It's just for some more stability. Or your pinky might go all the way here depending on which part of the nail you're on. Like if I'm on the tip of the nail, I might put my finger on my nail and rest it. Or if I'm at the cuticle, I might put my finger on their finger and rest it. It just depends. But you want to do like this. And then if you're going side to side, you're not getting as much surface area. And when you're going up and down, you want to make sure you're not going too wild. So you're not going from here to here, here to here, because that's way too far. And you can end up cutting someone like that because it's too reckless. It's no sense of direction. And if you need to do it slow, go ahead and do it slow. So here's for the oval nail. And you want to be careful with the oval nail because you don't want to overdo it. And same for the stiletto. You really don't want to overdo the filing up and down part. And then, because I went over the cuticle a couple of times, cuticle area a couple of times, I'm going to go this way. Let me know down below in the comments which shape is your favorite shape, and if you actually understood what I was trying to say. Always wear your mask when you're filing your nails because you do not want the dust particles to be inhaled because it will clog up your sinuses and all that, and it doesn't feel good because sometimes I do the nails without the mask, and it doesn't end up too well for me because it's really stuffy. And it feels like you're having a hard time breathing, all because that dust is in there. And it's a ton of dust is being produced, as you can see by like my hands and all that. And I'm going to go over the cuticle area one more time. You don't want to make it too far where it looks like they're going to need a feel already and they just got their nails done. So, and you want to make sure you're constantly filling upon the nail. And so with these 5-in-1 bits, this one is a smaller and it gets bigger as the bit goes. So this is the biggest part, and as you can see by there's like the little amount of dust back there, I don't use that part nearly as much, and it's just because I don't have to, just because of the way everything plays out. Because when I'm filing like this, I'm mainly filing where this part right here and then to the little part. So the most I ever use is like the little medium part of the bit, never like the big part of the bit. But if you need that part, go ahead and use that part. Like you can file on the end right there, but I don't use that. And the reason why my pinky is there is for stability. And if you think you don't need to hold your finger there, you don't have to, but it's way easier to balance when I use my pinky, and it helps me get strength, because if I put it down, you hear how it's already like I'm already slower. I don't have as much strength, and my pinky just went back like instinctively because I don't have enough strength there in order to keep it going like that. Always make sure you brush that area off. Usually it doesn't take me too long to file around the cuticles with this bit, but I just want to You don't want to hold it like this, because then you're covering up what you're doing. Like, you don't want to hold it overhand, you want to hold it underhand. And there's just a little bit more right here. You want to make sure you file it really good, because this is going to help prevent lifting, is sealing in the cuticles. If you don't seal in the cuticles all the way, and you're like, just like, oh, I filed around the cuticle, I did it, but you're not doing it all the way, you're not doing it properly, then that's going to be a problem. And then I'm going to flip her hand underneath, and I'm going to get up any crusties. And you want to make sure you're having your bit only go one direction. So I'm just pulling it towards me. And the thing that I'm removing on the underneath is like the tip that's sticking out, if I didn't already get it with the hand file. You see right here, there's some acrylic that got stuck underneath. And you just want to be careful with this, because you can burn your client doing it like this with the carbide one. And I will go back in with my sanding band now. And it's not going to be in like your sanding band. You don't want it going too high. You can see that it is on a lower speed. I don't have like RPMs or anything like that, like an actual like thing, so I can't tell you. Yeah, it's like a little knob, and it has like, it does have like a little speed wheel, but it don't have like numbers on it, so I can't tell you like, I can't tell you like 1, 2, 3. Like, all I can tell you is like the lowest setting. So when I'm removing the shine from the natural nail, I'm on the lowest setting my drill can go, and it's light. Like, I'm lightly putting pressure over the natural nail. And then when I get to filing the tip of the nail, like the actual tip that I glued on, I'm using the lowest speed again, and I'm just filing on the ends of the tip, not the natural nail. And then when I get to the carbide bit, I'm not using it too fast either, but I'm using it maybe at like 10,000, 8,000. Nothing too crazy, but nowhere near like the 15s, 20s. Like, that's too high to me, because like it's not necessary for me to fight like that. And this is more at like a 5 or a 6, because if I push down, it stops. So you're putting too much pressure if the machine stops on you. Because of the, nope, put your fingers out to the side, yeah. Because of, it's like an overload mechanism. So if you're putting too much pressure, it's going to stop. But if you're going like the opposite way, like let's say I'm going like, how do I describe it? Like this way, and it wraps around her finger, that's because you never filing side to side like that. It's only one direction. So when you're going fast like this, it could look like you're going completely like this, but you're only taking it like that. So never go like this, or it's gonna wrap around, and it could cut you and it could cut them. So you want to be very, very careful. And just going around the cuticles again, just to make sure everything's all nice and neat. And then filing on the surface of the nail. And now the nails look like this after this step. And you want to get off any little flakies. And then flip your hand over again. And this is the final time, and it kind of like smooths all that out underneath again. Because like with the carbide bit, I'm kind of like moving a little bit faster with that one. But with this one, you can go a little slower with it to make sure you have everything all nice. And it's nothing too crazy. It's just cleaning up the underside of the nail, which you should make sure the underside of your nail is just as cute as the top of your nail. You don't want to leave it all crusty and anything like that. You want to make sure you get off all these little connecting pieces at the bottom that's like on the skin. And then boom. So this is how I personally like to e-file. And again, I use the Panna 8080 grit nail file. I use a 5-in-1 bit, a fine 5-in-1 bit from Panna as well. And I also use a 180 grit sanding band. And this, so I'm just gonna go over to her free edge, pop her fingers down like this, even them up, and this is how you can like truly tell the shape is different. Like you can tell the tapered square right here from the, here, move it up a little. There we go. You can truly tell the tapered square from the coffin, and then you would just do it just like this. And then this finger.
The thumb.
And then the thumb is done. And you want to make sure all the crispies are gone. Here's the final look. I'm going to dust it off for you guys, and I'll show you how to buff. And I'm going to dust the nails off just a little bit more so it's not pushing the dust into the surface of the nail. This is a Reds buffer, and you don't want to use a buffer that's too smooth of a grit. I don't know the exact grit of these files, but I like them for acrylic because you can see how there's visibly still scratches, and you can feel that there's it's smooth because all the scratches are going one direction. That's what you want. You want it to all go one direction. You don't want it too smooth to where the nail is not going to adhere to the top coat that you put on top. Because if it's just too smooth, your gel polish will peel right up. And you want to make sure you get in all the corners. Go like this. Make sure the tip is smooth. You don't want to miss any areas with the buffer. You can even go along the sides of the nail with the buffer. Like you can go from here to here, here. Just to like further make sure everything is smooth. I don't really like to because there's no point. Dust the nails off one more time. And now I'm gonna go in with my lint-free wipes. They were in my last haul video. And pump sprayer, alcohol, pump, just one. This is 70% alcohol, so it is gonna dry pretty quick. 99 is faster though. And I'm just going to wipe these. I'm gonna make sure you get all in the cuticle area and wipe out all that dust. You can do this with an alcohol wipe, but I prefer to do this with like a wipe this size. Just because I feel like it covers more like surface area, and you don't have to unpack an entire, like you don't have to keep throwing away packs of the little alcohol things. And then you just close it back up, and you can use this little handle to pull it out. So it's back in its little spot. And then here's what the nails look like.
I'm gonna put some gel top coating.
And I'll come back after they're all top coated. But here is what they look like filed. And you see they're all smooth, going one direction. If your nails have lumps and bumps from your acrylic application, then you want to file. The only way you're gonna smooth those bumps out is filing. There is no set time for filing. Each set is different. So you want to make sure you file the nails accordingly.
If you guys didn't watch this set, please go watch it. She already uploaded it. I think it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago?
Here, take this. I'm gonna use the Beatles Top It Off gel. So, boom. Looks so good, dude. And these are just basic nails. Nothing. She's not adding anything to them. These are just for demos. Shout out to Lexi. Her links are gonna be in the description, and her channel will be in the cards.
Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. If you want to see what we look like, make sure you go click on our video about the time. Watch our Get Ready With Me plus story times. Also, if you want to see what she looks like, she does have a video on the channel of her face, but we also do have a channel coming out next Friday. It would have been out already, but we have a new channel. Our first video would have been up by this video. That channel is called Anisa and Lex. It's gonna be like a makeup commentary channel. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you click the link down below to watch that. Along with my channel, we did a few videos together and stuff like that.
So I usually cure the thumb last, but you know, we're already right here. So you want to wipe the sides of the nail and scoop under. And you see how there's gel coming off? Because it's the gel that ran off the sides because it was too much on there. So yeah, it'll affect the shape if you don't wipe it off now. And then you want to make sure you get inside this cuticle area. Like you can see there's a little bit of gel right there. But my nail just went ahead and pulled that out. So now I can wipe that off. And then like you take the lint-free wipe you had, put some alcohol, wipe your fingers off. And then you go to the next finger. You see how it's getting bumbly right there? And boom. Now it's straight. Wipe the tip off. Scoop underneath. Especially for stiletto. Well, all the nails really. Because if you leave any gel on the nails, excess gel, put your hand in. If you leave any excess gel on the nails, it's going to transform your shape into something that you didn't want because you did all that filing and all that work to get a nice, thin, smooth, not thin, but you did it to get a nice, smooth, perfect shape, the perfect width that you were going for. But if you add that gel and it flows over to the sides, you might have to go ahead and refile to redefine the shape for a third time. And to me, that's just not it. So I make sure I wipe it down. And then after, I went ahead and wiped my fingers off, you know, on some, a lint-free wipe with some alcohol. And so now the residue is off my fingers. But you want to make sure you're wearing a glove when you do that because of acrylic allergies. Your products need to be able to do their thing. And in order for you not to get a product allergy, make sure you're taking proper precautions. And I'm going to add my Blossom Cuticle Oil that is in a Young Nails bottle. And the brush I use is a Model 1's Aqua brush. It is a number 10. It is a Kolinsky. And this is my Blossom Cuticle Oil in a Young Nails bottle. And I'm just going to unscrew it and drop it. The reason why I transferred it is because I like the dropper. So
make sure you brush up, not down.
Yeah.
That'll make the nail foggy when you go take pictures.
Yes, and you want to make sure you don't do this while the nails are too hot. You see, it did take me a little while to get the cuticle oil and do all that. And so by that time, the nail is already cooled down enough.
And after this dries, I'm gonna go wash my hands so it doesn't dry there.
And so, yes, if there is no acrylic residue. As you can see, there is nothing in her sidewalls. Which one is your favorite finger, Alexia?
Can I look?
Yes.
You know me, I'm either gonna say the tapered square or the square nail. I like the square nail, the tapered square, or the coffin.
My favorite nail out of all of them, like my favorite shape, is the coffin. The coffin is just crispy. Look at it. Look at that thing. Here, let me move it up. But like, you guys, look at this coffin. Wow. Look at the shape. And then like you can see how the cuticle area, let me zoom in on it a little bit if I can. All right, move your finger. And like you see how it's like perfectly round. That's what I want. I wanted a round cuticle because her cuticles are round. So I just followed the shape of her cuticles. And like, of course, there's a little gap right here of where the product has moved back because we filed there. And yeah, that's how I shape and file my nails. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell and get notified of every time I upload. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.